So, Tyson, thanks for hopping on with me, man. You've been with us a bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, who you are, and some of the results you've been getting.
Per- Perfect. Well, I've been doing mortgages for now 20 plus years. So yeah, that's dating myself a little bit.
That's a
So
long
I've been
time.
through some, it's been a long time. So seen some definite ups and downs. Since 2017, I've owned my own brokerage, Revival Lending. So we do a mix of purchase, refinance. We're licensed in about 8 different states right now, and just going through the ebbs and the flows of the market. And so just excited to be part of the Lead Hacker family.
That's amazing. So you've been in the business a long time, man. So this is not your first rodeo. And I know you do a lot of marketing. You do like direct mail,
Yep.
paid ads, that kind of stuff. What was it about lead hackers that made you kind of gravitate towards it and decided to give it a go?
Well, I think that, one of the things, and as anybody's dealt with leads for a long time is, and if you're dealing with marketing companies, is you get a lot of information, but you really feel like you're out of control of seeing the type of lead flow that comes into you. And really being able to, how can I move the dial one way or another if I don't like the quality of the leads or I need to make changes? That's out of your control. And I think what I've always loved about lead hackers is, hey, no, this can be within your control, and you can help work to control what the pricing is, the cost per leads coming. You have the ability to see that and make changes when you need to make changes. Plus, it's within a platform that you don't feel like you're having to learn 17 different things. It is easy and frankly as robust as you're willing to put in the time for it. As you and I have had a lot of conversations, we've definitely taken the general lead hacker platform and really have expanded it, integrating it with our LOS and just doing a lot of great things where I feel like I have control. But at its core, it's coming of like, how can I target the type of leads that I want to get? And that's
That makes
really like,
sense.
as you and I were talking, some of the great success that we've had recently over this last month within one of the new campaigns.
Yeah, I'm curious to dive into that because I know you're talking to me the other day about some of the deals you got coming in. So tell us about that. I want to dive into what are these deals looking like? What did it take to get them? And yeah, just what do things look like now?
Yeah, well, one of the things that we wanted to jump into and is really on the whole DSCR type of loans. And really, frankly, as I mentioned, we're licensed in 8 states, but the ability through most of our lenders to target a much larger audience because I think it's somewhere between 42, 43 states that we actually can offer a DSCR business purpose loan. It means that we have a much larger audience. And so the question has always been like, how do we get to those people?
Yeah.
And so as we were talking and really being able to target them, that's what excited me. And so we worked with you to kind of go through and get the high intent kind of long form lead that we built out, marketing
Which
through
are more
Facebook.
expensive leads, right?
They are, but not as expensive. They're not as expensive as I thought they were going to be, which is great. Just that when you first starting to see those results, and really it's been the quality of the lead. I think we'd all say that if someone told me, "Oh, it can get you a $6 lead, but it's going to take you 100 leads to actually get somebody on the phone," versus, "Hey, I'll spend 60, 75, even $100, but you're almost guaranteed to talk to that person, that you have a person who, yes, actually took the time, filled out the form, knows you're calling, expects your call, and wants to talk about an opportunity." That's
Very
all you
different
could
type of
ask
lead.
for. Yeah, very much so.
So, and talk about some of the loans that you've been getting from it.
So the great thing with the DSCR is not only are we getting the DSCR, hey, I'm interested in looking at this property, but we're also getting commercial opportunities. So, for instance, just yesterday we had someone inquiring about a commercial office space wanting $1 million cash out, and so we're able to now. We have homes for commercial deals, which is fantastic for us. Is now we're able to pitch and fight to win $1 million deal, which is awesome in and of itself. And that's not a one-off. I would say, call it about 20% of the DSCR leads I think that I'm getting are actually for commercial opportunities,
That's so cool.
which is great. And the thing that I love, because within the long form lead, we have some of the questions that we've worked to develop is the people that I'm getting are not first time investors. It's not their first rodeo. So when they have multiple properties, what it tends to mean is I'm not fighting to just win the one deal. I'm fighting now for the opportunity to be their go-to partner for the future. And what we've seen is, just the other day, we also had a borrower that we started, and we're actually doing free cash out DSCR leads. And this is just the
And
start.
that
They're
came from
doing the
one
cash
lead,
out. That came from one lead.
and you got
And
3 deals out of
now
it.
we got 3 deals on it. And now, like, once they get and complete those deals, they're going to take some of that money to buy additional property. They'll leverage it with DSCR. So now we position ourselves to be their partner going forward. All that from one lead. Are you kidding me? Come on now.
Yeah, that's insane. I wish more people understood that the power of lead generation, I think, is very underestimated. Rightfully so, because a lot of people have had bad experiences with lead generation. So when you have an actual good experience with it, it really does start changing your business and starts changing the game. Because when you're talking to leads like that are expecting your call, they're getting on the phone, and you're actually getting multiple deals from one lead. I mean, how much have you spent on that DSCR campaign in, let's say, like the last 30 days?
So last 30 days, we have now spent $1,500,
And
fifteen
how
twenty seven 63.
and how much have you made off that?
Well, we are the loans have not closed yet, but we are projecting that in the last 30 days, that's going to be 4 specific deals, and that's probably going to be in the neighborhood of 28 to $35,000 worth of revenue,
Okay, that's
which is
insane. And
incredible. It's like, okay, now that I know that, I just need more gas,
pour
more on the
gasoline on the
fire.
fire. What
Absolutely.
what's the likelihood of you closing those deals?
Really good. I mean, and in the sense where I'm saying they haven't closed yet, but they're all in process. All documents are in. We're in the process of waiting for appraisals, waiting to get those closed. So we're very confident that we're going to be closing those deals. And again, that's the great thing also with the DSCRs. Like, I mean, literally, I have one client last week, kind of that fourth deal I mentioned, and off of that. And we already have a loan approval. The appraisal's on order, so it actually come in this week. Like, we might be closing that one next week, right? It's like
That's
the ability
insane.
to think that you can close deals in sub 20 days to 15 days, and if the appraisal moves faster, even closer. Because with DSCRs, you're not dealing with the same time restrictions that TRID has. It just
Right.
enables you to get a return on investment quicker.
That's amazing. And that's just within the last 30 days.
That's
That's
just
not even like
last
total
30 days.
production you've
No.
done.
I mean, and we take a look, like, I mean, literally this campaign is probably 45 days old. And actually seeing the results, like, I get excited, we talked in the beginning. I was so excited to see the amount of leads that we're getting and starting to talk. And that's great. That's the results you want to see when you begin. But at the end of the day, it's like, I love talking to people, but it's got to make me money at the end of the day, and it's got to be a win. And so now, being at that edge where we're seeing these starting to fund and get ready to really see that return on investment is pretty powerful. And as a business owner, and I think anybody, whether you're a business owner or a loan officer, if you're putting your money out, it's all about trying to see that return. And to think that I can start seeing the return in 30 days or less in the mortgage industry, that's not a normal case.
Yes.
Especially, a lot of us have been chasing purchase leads, and it's getting someone pre-approved. You're 90 days out typically, at probably best case scenario, because it's getting them out there shopping pre-approved and showing them what's possible. And again, I think you should have a mix. Like, I would tell anybody, don't have this just be your only opportunity. You got to diversify. But so you should be diversifying in the types of leads that you're going after. But to be able to see this, it's a big win.
That's huge. And one of the things you touched on is the how quickly you're seeing that ROI, because again, in the mortgage industry, generally speaking, y'all's sales cycle is longer than some other industries. In insurance, for example, you can close a deal same day. In now mortgage, sometimes that is possible. We actually had a guy 2 Fridays ago close a deal from a lead that he got that morning. That was a DSCR. That was obviously an outlier. That's a rare situation, but
Yeah.
to be able to see a return within about 45 days of launching ads is huge. And I think it's also important for loan officers to understand that when you're doing lead generation, it does take time to get those deals coming in. But the reality is those deals do happen if you're doing the right things, running the right ad campaigns, which we have built in the lead hackers, right? You can launch them in a couple clicks and then start getting the right leads coming in so you can actually start closing deals and getting an ROI
Yeah. And I
sooner
think
rather
the
than
other
later.
thing, oh, sorry to
No, you're
interrupt,
good.
but I think one of the things too, you're so right, it's having the right time expectation. And then it's also having the mentality of coming in and knowing I'm going to be consistent. So I don't care what type of marketing you choose to use. And yes, we all make changes at different times, but you have to be consistent. You can't decide, hey, I'm going to spend $50 today and 3 days later, oh, I'm not going to spend it right now because I didn't get the results. I want to change to something else. Like, no, it's day in, day out, being willing within whatever that budget is. I mean, we all have budgets, we all have financial realities that we got to deal with. But the thing that I've seen in marketing, whether it's going after direct mail or internet leads, any type of marketing is it's built on consistency and having a proper expectation of what that time frame is to return on investment, making sure going in that you can make that investment and then seeing its course. Of course, you're going to make course directions along the way, but
Which we're
be
there
in
to
it for
help
the
you
long
with.
haul. Yeah, absolutely. You guys are fantastic with that.
So what would you say to somebody who's on the fence about popping on with lead hackers?
Well, I would say is like really like what's stopping you? What's holding you back? You've come to Lead Hacker for a reason. You're looking for an answer for a problem, and that problem typically for anybody is I need to get in front of people to have the opportunity. I know most loan officers believe that if they get the right lead in front of them, they can close it. So if I look at any other of the marketing opportunities out there, frankly, it's like one of the lowest hurdles to jump into the marketing space to actually be able to own your own leads. Like you're not asking for thousands and thousands of dollars up front with a, hey, trust me, this is going to work. No, it's, relatively speaking, a low barrier to entry. And it's time to invest in yourself. That's for me. Invest in yourself, make the leap, start seeing the results.
I love that, man. Thank you so much for hopping on, spending some time with me and sharing your experience with everybody so that way, everyone can see what's possible when you have the right marketing tools, the right leads, and the right mentality. When you put all those things together, I mean, the sky's the limit. So I appreciate it, Tyson, man. Thank you for hopping on.
Absolutely, brother. Take care.
You too.